Hey guys, my name is Steven. I'm here with Brent Dunn. We're with ringprofit.com. And some of you guys know who Brent is. Just to give you an idea who I am, let me turn towards the camera. I've worked with Brent for a very long time on affiliate offers. We ran campaigns and stuff. And so we're here to discuss Ring Profit, pay-per-call marketing, why we think you should change to it if you're doing affiliate marketing. So maybe Brent could start off the discussion.
There's a lot we can talk about. Basically, we both, as Steven mentioned, we're both going from the affiliate space. More specifically, a lot of the stuff that we were running was mobile content offers and app installs. And, we tried everything under the sun, but we're noticing a huge trend where things go up and down. 1 minute they work, the next they don't. And you're relying a lot on, other people doing their job and regulations and all this stuff, and it's quite a hassle. However, with pay-per-call, you own the market, you own the offer if you choose to go the local route, where you're basically sending potential paying customers to a local business. And so because of that, there's no ups and downs. You get paid directly from the client. You're not a middleman. You are generating them value. And so it's something that's really long term.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, when you start getting to the online world, you learn all this stuff, affiliate marketing, and then there's black hat, there's white hat. And then, like when I got into it, the first thing I thought was like, oh shit, this is going to be short term. Like, can this be sustainable? Right? Like you think in your head, what I'm doing now, can I do this for 15 years, 20 years? Right? And so I got into mobile and I'm thinking like, yeah, I could do this for 10, 15 years, like mobile. Yeah, it's going to be around. Everybody's going to use mobile, right? They use their cell phones for everything. And then you start running the offers, you start realizing they only last like 2 months, so you're always fighting to find the next offer, and terms and conditions, things get harder. And so I'm like, shit, I came from setting up a business where it was long-term to going on to online stuff, which is great for building capital, to thinking like, shit, I want to build a long-term business. What's the next thing to do? And so that's why pay-per-call marketing, it's been around for some time, but now with everybody using their phones to call and all that stuff is just like, I think if people knew how much money you can make in this, if they compared to like the affiliate world and that they said this is sustainable for the long term, everyone would be jumping on board. And this is the beauty about it. Not everybody is, right? So we're getting in at a time where it's like,
the main thing is you always hear people talking about how they're making like 10K a day and stuff, especially in mobile. And yes, absolutely, it's possible. However, what they don't tell you is it took them, a month to build that campaign up, or it took them a month of testing different offers to finally get that hot offer that's working. And so, that 10K a day maybe averages out to like 30K a month, and that's revenue. When they say 10K a day, they're not talking about profit. However, in local, it's going to be a longer ramp up to be able to get things going, because you're not going to be making 10K from a local client, but you may be making, 2 to 3K a month. And the beauty of it is unlike a lot of these other offers where they're going down and you're basically trying to, shuffle around and find the next offer just to keep that campaign going, you are able to leave your previous client still running. That campaign is going to keep going with minimal maintenance, and then continuously find more clients to keep adding to your revenue. So I know a few guys that started this a while ago, and they're doing like $40,000 to $50,000 a month revenue, because no one likes to show their profit, but that's still substantial, because basically that revenue is going to be generated month after month for a long time, and he can continuously scale it up by adding more businesses.
Yeah, I think it comes down to mindset, like especially if you come from the affiliate world. There's two things you need to think about. It's like, even though, you look at like small little businesses, local businesses, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to make $3,000 a month. Like, that's great when you're starting off. But for those guys that really want to hit skyrocket revenue or, skyrocket profits, you can get to that point. Just build out the properties. Everybody wants it right now, but they don't realize that if you start doing this now, in a year, you have all these properties. You could start making money now, but in a year, you're going to like double, triple. It's long-term. It's going to stay. You'll do SEO on your pages. It's like, it's ridiculous how long this will last. It's going to go on for, I don't know, 100 years, who knows, whatever, as long as this is going, I guess the internet or whatever. So
yeah, that's the main thing is like, I mentioned this a few years back. I kind of hinted that I was doing pay-per-call and I was really pushing towards it. And I had a few people asking about it. and I never really talked about it because it was kind of my bread and butter. I was kind of, secretly doing that on the side. And the magic about it is yes, things are going to change in the advertising space. Google will be around probably for a while, but maybe something else comes up. Maybe, search now is done through your iPhone, or, stuff like that. Things like that will change. However, what will stay the same is businesses always need customers. And so the beauty of it is you're sending leads, the lifeblood of any business that wants to be successful, and you're able to provide a service that a lot of these local businesses, like a plumber, electrician, a roofer, their expertise is in their trade. They don't know how to market themselves most of the time. And so by you providing that value, it's going to be a relationship that they won't want to break away, because you're providing them, the leads and stuff to allow them to do their own job.
Exactly. And so, when you think about it, it's so easy to find businesses that want leads. I mean, like, that's the other mindset about this too, is because, you're not calling up these businesses. You're not selling shit that people don't need. That's the thing with this online marketing and affiliate world, is like, people are running pin submits. What's the other one? Freaking fake lotteries, content offers.
The new ones, what is it? COD offers, basically charge on delivery type stuff.
Well, that's the thing. So, I mean, it's funny because you run that shit, but it's so short lived. That's what people don't realize. And I don't care. And like, I've done it all in the mobile space. Like, I've done everything. I see everything. I know lots of people, and it's like an offer will last like 2 months. Like, so for example, what's the sweepstakes offer? Okay. Anyone who ran Rocky Frog or whatever that was, as soon as people started doing shady shit on it, the advertisers started shutting shit down, lowering the budgets. If you run it on Facebook, within 2 days, people are saying scam, scam, scam. So, I mean, like, come on. If you think about it, you're going to run that stuff for the rest of your life. It's exhausting. Sure, you can make some money in the short term, but then once it's gone, what else are you going to do? That's the exhausting process. It's like, what the hell am I going to do next?
And what's funny is you're spending all this time learning stuff that is not going to be around very long. Like, I know guys that are teaching the new white hat method on how to get sweepstakes offers on Facebook. Basically, they're essentially taking their time to build out a viral content site. They run ads on Facebook to the viral content site. Then they have their shady ads on the actual content site. Well, yeah, that may work for now, but Facebook is going to catch on, However, if you spent your time building out local properties, or even, larger, like if you start local and you build them out and expand nationally, that's a property that'll be around for a while. What do you think Facebook wants to advertise? They want to advertise some site that advertises scammy stuff? Or do you think they're going to want to be known as the network that allows people to get connected with services that are actually helpful to them?
Yeah, and just to mention this, it's like maybe something I shouldn't say, but I think there's a good percentage of people or affiliate marketers out there that just don't give a crap about that. They just want to make money, right? So if I tell them, like, look, you can make money doing this. Like, if you seriously commit your time to stop running that shady shit, if you commit your time to running paper call campaigns and building out properties and reaching out to businesses, like, my God, you can make a lot of money. Like, just get that in your head, try it, commit to it, and you're going to see. I mean, it's.
And the beauty of it is like, for one, you're building out properties that are already useful. They can already generate revenue. They're going to be around the long term, as long as you don't do anything scammy on them, and nothing, not as far as you generate revenue. You're making the money, like I said, directly from the client. So there's nothing scammy involved there. And the beauty of it is if you build up enough of these properties and focus on one specific niche, the actual company that you're building, which is a company, it's not, some little project that makes a little bit of money on the side. It will come to the point where if you own a ton, if you're able to generate a shit ton of leads for, say, like a plumber, and you've got, you're focused on 5 or 6 states, that's something you can sell to a place like Home Advisor or something like that later on down the road. However, if you're sitting here making these viral sites, even if it makes, $90,000 a month, if you tried to sell that later on down the road, no one's going to want to buy it, because they're going to see that it's not going to be a long-term play, no matter how much revenue you did in the past, However, like I said, on the other side, there will be opportunity. So if you ever got bored of pay per call, you can turn around and you can sell your properties on either Flippa or just flat out the entire business to an investor of some sort.
Yeah, there's so many options. It's just a new way of thinking. That's all it is just the mindset of things. But you just mentioned something about building on a viral site, and nobody wants to buy that. And someone's going to say, well, yeah, of course they can. There's been many sites that have sold for millions. But guess what happens? What happened recently with YouTube? They changed their terms and conditions, their policies. That just like wiped out a lot of YouTube content creators. And now they're stuck scratching their heads. They're going, and they blame effing YouTube. They're blaming YouTube for that. It's like, blame yourself. It's like, you stuck with YouTube for like 5 years. Sure, you built out this stuff. You're doing stupid shit on your channel anyways. They realize that advertisers are bitching that it's low quality and that they're taking their business elsewhere. So what do you think YouTube's going to do? They're gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna only put your stuff on good quality content. And so they put a list, and a lot of people are bitching. Like even the big guys, I won't name names, but it's like I watch some of their videos and they're bitching about it.
Yeah,
it's like fuck, man. Like, pull up your big boy pants, learn something new, build a business. Like if you have money now, if you've done YouTube for a long time, and some people make really good money with YouTube, it's like, take that, go reinvest, branch off to new businesses. It's like, do PPC. Like if anything, do PPC. You know.
Well, that's the other thing is like the things that people focus on, it usually works on one source. It works with one type of offer. And yeah, it works in different countries, but they're up and down. And the thing is they're not diversifying, right? So say that sweepstakes gets wiped out in Europe, for example, like for whatever reason, they change some rule. That's one side of it being able to disappear. Well, think about Facebook. What if they change one rule and they no longer allow viral sites or, you know, whatever? It basically just one little change can wipe out your entire operation. While with pay-per-call, yeah, you're sending leads to businesses, but you can be diversified. You can have, you know, like I said, an electrician, a plumber, and all this stuff. And so you're diversifying the offer. And then on the other side with the traffic generation, the great thing about it is it's a multifaceted approach. You can do omni-channel marketing, meaning you can run ads on Facebook, you can do SEO, you can do AdWords, you can, you know, run ads on Craigslist, Yellow Book, you can even buy banner ads or billboards rather. So you're diversifying so much that, yeah, even if one specific strategy goes down or changes, you'll be diversified where you're not losing your entire business. You're only losing a portion of your revenue.
Yeah, and there's also a part of this where people are going to say, I don't want to call businesses. I mean, I don't want to pick up the phone and call businesses, but they don't realize how easy it is to sell a lead. Like you're giving this business a customer. You know, like I did SEO for a company. Like I did phone sales for them. And you know how many times I got told, they're like, well, how about you send me the customer? I'll pay for the customer. I'm like, well, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. It's like, you know, you have to pay for something first. Like I had to come up with some bullshit. But I'm thinking now, I'm like, wow, like if I could just have all those people that said that right now, oh man, it'd be awesome. And that's another thing is I wish I would have learned this years before. Like I could have gotten into this because again, I looked at mobile at the time and I looked at like, I saw pay-per-call, you know, I saw pay-per-call marketing. I'm like, yeah, that's not too exciting versus mobile marketing. And then you get into mobile marketing and it's like this, it's literally like up and down and you just get so effing exhausted. And so now this is more like a relief. People will realize that once this gets into the mainstream and people talk about it into the affiliate world, they'll realize like, holy shit, and everyone's going to jump on board.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is no one really was talking about pay-per-call marketing. You know, I know there's a few courses and stuff, but there's no one that has really blown it up, right? It's not as exciting to hear, oh yeah, you can make, you know, a couple grand a month the first month, but then you can continuously build it up. People would much rather hear the success story about the guy that figured out some, you know, random ass way to generate a crap ton of leads on Facebook for like a sweepstakes offer and made $1 million in 3 months. Well, now that idea is saturated. Facebook already figured it out or whatever, and it doesn't work anymore. People are just much more inclined to hear the big, quick success stories. And they don't realize that, yeah, they can be quick, but by the time you hear about it, it's not going to work. With pay-per-call, however, you know, I don't want to sound like a salesman, but just really think about it on your own. Think about all the different businesses, all the different, you know, cities in just the United States alone, you know, Canada, and we can even expand it, you know, internationally. Just think about all these different opportunities. If you see a guy at a gas station and he does pool cleaning, that's a potential customer. If you're, you know, walking down the street and there's a guy that I don't know, whatever. Like you see a locksmith, that's a customer. Like every single company that is around you needs leads. Like for example, I just went to the chiropractor to fix my jacked up back. He is going to be a customer because he needs leads for his chiropractor practice. And it was easy. You know, I came as a customer. It's easy to say, hey, you know, you want some more customers? Yeah, no one's going to say no to that.
Exactly.
As opposed to the SEO thing, you know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I dare a business. I effing dare a business to say no. Like, if they tell me no, either they're stupid or I came off weird, or you know, maybe like 1 out of 100 businesses are genuinely busy. I've experienced that, but like, if they say no, there's two things. Either they're crazy or I just came, like my whole approach to it or my whole sales or whatever, the way I approached them was just like weird or something. And that's usually, that happens in the beginning, but
if you call someone up and you ask them, hey, would you like more customers? And they say no, all you have to say is then say, well, why did you answer the phone? If you don't want more customers, why did you answer the phone when I called?
Right.
He was expecting I was a customer.
Yeah. So, and you know, I mean, there's so many different approaches. I mean, like I kind of, you know, I bring my experience to that. And I kind of feel like, okay, well, if I call, I mean, because there's the direct approach. You can, in fact, call businesses up and tell them like, hey, look, you know, I've got customers. I'm going to send them to you. Would you be interested? Or, you know, you go through the process, like a typical sales process. Like there's companies out there that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for salespeople to go in and train their team, and they walk them through a process. So, I mean, there's several different ways. We'll get into that in probably other calls. But one thing you mentioned as well, which like it just has my, you know, I guess profit sensors targeting in on is like overseas, right? You only hear about PPC in North America. US is what, 350 million or something like that. Canada is what, I don't know, close to 40 million. So it's a great market. It'll never die. It's not going to be saturated. We can tell everybody on like who's watching this right now, do this, do that, do that. Go to after this client, do that. It'll never be saturated. We could have thousands of people doing this. It won't be saturated because there's so much demand daily for services, right? I'm just thinking about Europe. Like that's where I'm at right now. It's like it's not even touched yet. But I'm like, fuck, I want to do Europe, you know?
Yeah. And that's, you know, it's the same thing with mobile content. At first it was the United States, like ringtones and stuff like that a while ago. That kind of died off. And then Europe was the big boom, and that was the second wave. So pay-per-call isn't even close to saturated in the United States and Canada, but internationally, even less so, you know? So yeah, it's definitely a huge opportunity. And, you know, with all the people in the affiliate marketing space, they all think they're going to make thousands and thousands of dollars a day. And the reality is there's only a small portion of people that generate any significant amount of revenue. And I know I've heard a ton of people say, oh, I just want to make $100 a day. Well, if you're really motivated and you stick with it, you can easily do that in like a month with pay-per-call. While affiliate marketing, as the mobile content stuff, yeah, you might get lucky and you might make $100 one day, but the entire campaign can flop the very next. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and so like you just mentioned it, you could do it within a month, and people always ask like, how long will it take? Like, how much money can I make from this? And if you think about it, when we all started, you know, getting to that $100 a day was like the goal, right? And you get to like $1,000 a day, then $10,000 a day. But to get to $100 a day in pay-per-call marketing, it's so easy. It's like once you get that business, you bring on more business, and that doubles and triples, and it's not the same headache. It's like right now in mobile content, it's like I think you mentioned this before. It was like another discussion. It was like 0.5%, you know, what is it, conversion rate, and then like you look at pay-per-call marketing, and the conversion rates are skyrocketing. You're like, holy shit! Like, what am I doing? Doing affiliate stuff. Like I just when I saw that, and I realized the effort that I put into pay-per-call versus affiliate stuff, like traditional affiliate stuff, I'm like, man, such an idiot. I didn't find this earlier.
And the other thing is there's a ton of guys right now. So, you know, in the internet, there's tons of ways to make money, right? And every time there's a way to make money, there's going to be someone teaching it, right? Well, you know, we're bringing up pay-per-call. Well, there's the SEO side of things that we haven't even discussed. There's entire companies teaching guys how to sell SEO services. So here's the pitch for an SEO service. Hey, local business owner, Would you like to be at the top of Google potentially in 5 to 6 months that can maybe send you customers, but in the meantime, you have to pay me $1,000 a month? No? Okay, sorry. Here's the pay-per-call pitch. Hey, you want customers that I can send you right now? Sure. That's so much easier. And the beauty of it is I know we've both done the SEO side of things. Like I personally, back in 2008, had a local marketing company where I was building businesses' websites. I was ranking them in Google, like legitimately. The thing is, as soon as I built their website and as soon as I ranked them #1 in Google, they're like, well, why the hell do I need you anymore? They don't realize that it's a continuous thing. You have to continuously optimize. You have to continuously build it up. Well, once I built all that stuff up, I lose the client, right? So here I did the hardest work, which is actually scoring a client, but maintaining them, I just continuously lose them. With the pay-per-call side, we're not teaching you, or how we do it is we're not actually building the client's websites. We build our own properties. So if the client says, hey, you know what, I don't want leads anymore, you don't lose all that work that you did. You just say, okay, fine. And then you call up their competitor and sell them leads. So you're building up these properties and you can instantly switch, where you're sending those leads as opposed to building up and losing them.
And that data that you have, that database of customers and all that is so valuable. It's like it will not expire even after 5 years. Like 5 years ago, I still have like hundreds of customers who paid for advertising that I know I could go back and pitch them. Like that's what I'm going to do versus, an affiliate offer you're running in, I don't know, like Denmark. And, you get those people on their phones to, convert on a crappy mobile offer. And it's like, that's it. That data is gone. It's actually goes to the carrier. It goes to the advertiser. And even if the advertiser uses it, you can't really use that data. It's like gone.
Yeah.
Where, pay-per-call, do it for your future. It's like, it's like, I know, when people are thinking pay-per-call, like they're thinking like, oh shit, I got to call businesses stuff. Well, no, there's two parts to it. You could call businesses. That's easy. Actually, I think that's easier for me personally, because you got magazines. I could go anywhere. I could find customers anywhere. It's so easy. And then you have the online stuff, so you can mix the two. It's awesome.
Well, we both have different approaches, right? Like, I know there's a lot of guys who are going to have problems with the sales side, and I'm just like them, right? Like, I don't enjoy calling up businesses and trying to sell something. I know that's more your cup of tea. So for the people that are absolutely, scared shitless of calling a business, there's another side of things that you can do. You can build up the property, you can start generating the leads, and then you basically call them up and you're not selling anything. You're just saying, hey, I'm going to send you some free leads. Is that cool? What are they going to say? No. Then once you do it, you notice that you're sending them a few free leads. Then you call them back up, a month or however long it takes to generate those leads. Say, hey, how have those leads been working out? Is it something that you are interested in longer term? Because I'm getting a ton of interest in my leads. So I don't want to give them away for free because it takes me money to generate them. It's going to be a much easier sell than just cold calling up a business and saying, do you want to buy leads? So there's tons of different options for it.
Exactly. And if this was just all to do with phone sales and like calling up customers and putting yourself out there and all that, I love that because it builds character and balls. But if you don't want to do that, that's the beauty about this. It's like I look at Derek as well. He doesn't really enjoy the phone sales, and so he does it all online. It's like I wouldn't be sending this message out to affiliates because I know that there's a good percentage of them that just don't even want to do that stuff, and that's perfectly okay. You're leaving money on the table by not doing that, but at the same time, you can still make shitloads of money just going in the online route.
Well, the best part about it is there's guys just like me and you, right? Like we work together and it works out well. I'm doing more of the tech side, generate the leads. You're able to get the clients and manage them, right? Well, other people can do the same thing. They can group up with a guy who one of them does the sales and does like the business development and the management of the clients. And then another one that wants to build up the properties and generates the leads, or however you want to work it out. With affiliate marketing, or not with affiliate marketing, I keep saying affiliate marketing, with like mobile CPA specifically, like how are you going to do that? What's the sales guy going to do? Talk to the affiliate manager? Like that's useless.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you do this yourself, or if you have a friend, or, you do it with somebody else, this you could do yourself. Like realistically, that's how you did it. That's how I did it. And so we just happen to join forces now, if you will, and, grow this shit together. It's like sharing the knowledge. I used to think that, oh, if someone's teaching something, it's like why would they teach it? Or like if they're making money with it, why would they teach it? It's like, well, look, the opportunity is huge. It won't get saturated. Like I wouldn't come out here and show the exact same campaign that I'm running in, say, India on a certain carrier on a certain traffic source, because then guess what? Hundreds of people do that. I'm kind of done, because we all know the same traffic sources online. All the ad networks, it's all the same shit. People go to the same places. It's the same thing. So this is completely different. Like once people realize how different it is, they're going to start telling their friends, and then maybe, after a year or two, we're going to see this in the mainstream.
I doubt it, to be honest. Like even if everyone reads about it and knows about it, the difference is the barrier to entry. Most guys, as we know, they won't do what they need to generate a real business, because they still think the whole make money online thing in their head is a hustle. You know what I mean? It's not a business. So
yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. It's like the mindset of changing it from the affiliate to changing it as a business, right? Think of this as a business. Treat it like a business, right? It's like you're not working for somebody. You're working for yourself. You have to automatically hustle for yourself. You do that, you'll get the rewards, right? And so it's just a mindset of the affiliate versus like, this is your business now.
And I know I'll just keep saying affiliate space. It's easier for me. But like I know in the affiliate space, there's a whole thing now about building teams and systems and, building up an entire team to basically cloak on Facebook, right? Like why don't you just do the same thing, but for pay-per-call? Build up a team, have a few guys that are out getting new clients, have a few guys generating and creating websites, have a few guys, that are just sitting there in charge of generating the leads. And once again, you're creating an actual agency that you could later sell to a larger company if that was the route you wanted to go, as opposed to who in their right mind would want to buy a company whose main revenue stream is by breaking one of the largest companies in the world's terms of service. I don't think anyone would want to.
No, exactly. And it's funny that you mentioned the whole Facebook thing. Like, I'm not going to say names. I'm not all about that. I'm just saying I've known several groups of people who focused on cloaking on Facebook, whether it was content offers back in the past, which you can't target specifically, but they managed to have redirect rules to certain content offers. But they focused on app installs. And they were making a lot of money. And guess what happened? Those apps disappeared, or there was caps now. Or they found out that they couldn't run on Facebook, because a lot of apps you can't run on Facebook anyways. Their internal team of the app company is already running them. So they catch you. And so they got caught. Now, what are they doing? Probably some e-commerce shit or something.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's going to blow up. You're going to hear about e-commerce all the time. And just like the mobile content side of things, and just like the app space, you're going to have people that say, oh, I made a ton of money with this specific product, right? They're going to give you a case study. They're going to show you exactly how they did it. You're going to go try it, and no one's going to give a shit, because everyone that wanted that product already has it, or the hype is already done, right? And so just like mobile content, you're going to have waves. You might find a hot product and it might do really well, but then it's going to take you a long time to find that next one. There's no consistency in it. I've learned from, my experience in just making money online that I would much rather have consistency than having the extreme manic and extreme depression of up and down, like, oh man, this month I made $20,000, and then 4 months you don't make shit. Like your mind starts to go crazy, because you think, oh man, what if I don't find that next winner? What am I going to do?
Exactly. And you have to set those bars higher. It's like you make $20,000 a month. It's like a few months go by, you make nothing, or, then you got to do like $100,000 to supplement those 3-4 months that you don't do anything, and you got to find the next offer or whatever. It's just, it's effing exhausting, man.
I consider myself lucky, because as growing up, like, my parents taught me the basically the value of a dollar, right? So like I knew that, okay, I made 20,000 this month, right? Or just whatever number, it doesn't matter. Just insert your number here. And if I save it and I only use what I need, I live below my means, then I'll be okay. The funny thing is, in this industry, is I've seen guys go from making 100,000 a month or even more to nothing, and they disappear. All of a sudden they're working a 9-to-5 because they didn't save their money. Like I know one guy that he got a successful campaign, and the first thing he did was buy a freaking huge condo in downtown LA. very next, and all of a sudden he starts messaging me, hey, this isn't working anymore. I need help. What are you doing? How can I make money quick? It's like, dude, you're done. Like, you should have reinvested that into your business. Why do stupid shit like that?
Well, that's the thing. You have to have the discipline too. Like, even for myself, I didn't touch shit in my business until after like 3 years, and that's just a self-discipline thing. I could have done it right away. It's tempting. You could buy all the shit that you want, right? You want to buy a fancy car, an expensive car, you want to buy a house or something, but what people don't realize is that when you get into affiliate marketing, especially, think of it as building capital. So if you could build a lot of capital from affiliate marketing and you want to build a long-term business, now think of actually doing a business, right? You're going to stick in that game and then things are going to get harder. And it's like, if you're not saving money from whatever you did in the affiliate space, can't help you, right? I mean, that's something you got to learn yourself the hard way. I learned it the hard way. I'm sure you did too. And it's like, put that in the bank, reinvest and grow your business, man.
For sure. I did, it's going to be a funny transition, but people are going to be asking, why does it look like you're in an arcade? You want to explain a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. I just happen to be in my basement. The pinball machines are behind me. So that's it. If people don't know what pinballs are, I mean, you could see it here. I just happen to get, I never liked it before, but my friend got a pinball machine and I just fucking love that shit. Like, the lights come on, like maybe I'll show it one time or something. It's fun, man.
I love pinball, dude. Like, it wasn't until I was in San Francisco for a job that we went to some bar and there was a pinball machine, and one of my coworkers was really into it at the time. And so I kind of started to do it as well. And it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, these are awesome. I mean, these are DMDs. Some of them are like, well, actually all of these are super, super, super expensive, but I don't like the old ones where it's like ding, ding, like from the 50s, like bing, bing, and like the ball's moving slowly. Like, these are like fast action, but like, you're a gamer too. Like, I play Xbox, I play everything. I have the VR, I have everything. So it's like, you change it up with this shit, not that I play this every day, like, but maybe once in the blue moon, but still, it's nice to have. I like it. People come over, they play.
Well, I think, this is a bad transition is, closing it down, but I'm getting pretty hungry. People keep calling me on my phone. So this was, for anyone that was watching or does watch this was just a test. I've done this with other people in the past, but Steven and I, we have a few companies together now, and we're definitely going to be sharing all of our knowledge. Like, the people that know about me as far as how blunt I am and how straightforward and, with what I share, you'll know how much value that brings. Steven is exactly the same. He brings value. So when we do talks, I'm sure we're going to start, generating some stir in the industry, but we're also going to be providing extreme value. So we just got to figure out, how to get everything working. So this was just a test, and we'll definitely be doing more in the future.
Yeah, awesome. I'm happy to be doing this, man, because, the first thing someone's going to say is like, well, if you're making all this money, why are you coming around using time? Because you know what? It's like, when you share success and you talk about success, it's like, it's awesome. That's how I learned from people doing this kind of stuff, Yeah. And it's really awesome to go out and, I mean, if someone's going to come to me and I start asking about like mobile shit and like cloaking and all that stuff, I'm not going to answer. But if they want to build the PPC stuff, like if they want to build a PPC business, it's like, shit, no problem. Go ahead,
Yeah. One thing I definitely like is when, if people ask me, well, why am I doing this? It's because it's exactly how me and you met. It's exactly how I've met a lot of my friends in the industry, was from either us both being in like a mastermind of some sort or just communicating and grinding it out together. Like, it's a way to find other like-minded individuals because, yeah, we're smart, right? But the entire internet and business in the world is always changing. So we're going to be much better equipped if we have a ton of people in our contact list that are all doing different things. Having smart friends will help you as well. And so it's really about having a community of people that are like-minded like us, love to learn, love to test things. We can help them get started, but they're going to eventually surpass us in certain categories and be teaching us stuff,
Exactly. I wanted to say that because you've done trainings, I've done lots of trainings, and shit, what people don't realize is like, they're like, well, what, you don't have to do this. And I'm like, yeah, because guess what? You network. I've gotten to where I am from networking and learning from students who I've trained. They've told me shit that I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't even realize that, because they're blind spots. Like, you can only learn so much. Like, I mean, I wish we had super brains here, but there's only so much you can learn. And when someone says something, it's like, oh, wow. And you can learn that from students or creating something where people get together like a community. That's awesome. That's what I look forward to. Like, nothing beats networking.
For sure. All right, man. We'll do one of these in the future. I'll definitely be, letting everyone know. And we'll just close it down for now.
Yeah, cool, man.
All right. Great talking to you, man.
Peace.